Hi everybody, Cycle Camp here. I want to show you a place in Tulsa that I went that's kind of off the beaten path. About an hour away from Tulsa, the Woolaroc Museum and Preserve. Okay, so we'll start with the firearms. There's a separate Colt exhibit, but they have other stuff too.
They have a lot of different kinds of guns in different cases. They're not obviously all Colts. They have a big selection of other kinds of firearms. This is in the bottom floor of the place. So just to give you a feel for what it looks like, there's gun cases and cabinets all over, and they do have some other relatively interesting firearms, like this one that we'll walk up on here. But you could definitely spend a little bit of time here. It's very nicely laid out, but it's difficult to take pictures because the lighting is harsh and it's reflective glass. So it is a little bit of a pain from that point of view. But as you can see, there's plenty of firearms all over the place. All kinds of stuff. Here's a bunch of, now here's a nice collection of Colts. And all of that. I'm not going to go sideways. Every time I go sideways, it gets screwed up. But as you can see, because of the harsh lighting, it's difficult to get good pictures. There's a bunch of Colt Huntsmans and Woodsmans. Service Model Ace. These are hammerless, Colt hammerless. Quite a really good collection of hammerless. Again, you can't really get pictures of the blocks because the what do you call it, it's so bright that it washes, that there's actually writing printing on these, but it's so bright you can't see any of it. But quite a collection. Here's some super matches in 38 automatic. 38 super, I mean, sorry. But now there's something you don't see every day with a big extended magazine. That's a Colt Super 38 automatic. It's got a 20-shot magazine. It was made for the Mexican government, who was considering adoption of the weapon. So, pretty neat. Here's some Colt Mark IV Series 70s gold match, guys. Wow. Gold Cup National Match pistols in 45 ACP. Here's a couple just regular Series 70s. Jeez. But yeah, definitely if you're interested in Colts, they got plenty of them. (1911) A1s. Some of them were some of these ones at the top here. These guys right here, these are experimental samples. So that's pretty cool. Wow. Here's a model 1911. This one right here is made by the Ithaca Gun Company, which was sold to the British Ministry of War in October of '44. These are Ithacas. This guy here is not an Ithaca. This is a regular Colt. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a Singer. This guy here is a Singer. Another Singer. Here's a Union Switch and Signal Company. This guy right here. This guy right here is a Singer. Union Switch and Signal Company. Yeah, those last couple. There's a factory cutaway. You know, that's pretty cool. Anyway, there's a dismembered one. They've got a little thing that shows how you put one of these things together and take it apart. Probably make a good YouTube video. Now, I've changed settings. It doesn't help much. I still can't read half of these. But lots of 45s just to give you a feel. Right? They're going all the way down this way. And all of these firearms, let me step back a little so you can see better. These are all Colt. Every one of these is a Colt. You know, the 45s, you know, the semi-automatics, the 380 Supers. They've even got, you know, the pocket hammerless, as we talked about. They've even got the little guys, the little bitty pocket hammerless. Pretty cool. They do. It's quite a selection of. Here's some regular hammerless. I mean, we saw these earlier, but I think they're in a little bit better focus now. But just a really good selection and collection of Colts. Again, so here's a Colt Challenger, Huntsman, Woodsman Model 3, Sport Model 3rd Series. There's a Huntsman. Here's a Huntsman. These are all Huntsman down here. Here's some match target pistols. A couple Woodsmans. A couple Woodsman Sports and Woodsman's Targets. Just a very fine collection. And of course, in addition to what's hanging up, there's stuff laying on the bottom as well. So that's pretty cool as well. Got all kinds of pistols in the bottom. Here's a Colt 45-22 conversion kit. It's pretty old. A couple of them. Pretty neat. But just an incredible number of a little bit of war memorabilia. Here's one in a holster. There's a little cleaning kit and tool. Something to drink. Here's some information about how you make 45s. So, some older Colt. Here's a 1905. Wow. 1905 automatic. Quite a bit of very good stuff. Here's a wicked, beautiful engraved python. So now down over here you've got handguns, you know. You got pythons and all kinds of junk. There's a Banker Special. Banker Special, Police 38, Police Positive, right? That's another Police Positive, Police Positive. That one's in 22 instead of 38. 22 Target. Here's a 38. There's an 1889 Navy double action in 38. And here's another 1889 Navy in 41 Colt. There's a Colt Positive pocket revolver, Colt pocket positive. 1889 Navy double action. Looks like it's in stainless. Very nice. This is a prototype. That's why it's in the white, because it's a prototype. And it's a prototype of Colt's first swing out cylinder revolver. Wow. So they've got some very interesting guns here. Hewitt. Just all kinds of stuff. Detective specials. Here's a couple armies. Army special, police revolver. Police revolver. Wow. Some Target. Here's a police Target revolver. But just an amazing. They are right. They do have quite a good collection of Colt firearms. So we said this is the Python. There's a Viper. Man, I've never even seen a Viper. That little guy there is a Viper. And then there's the Diamondback. Another Diamondback. Another Diamondback. This one with the brownish handle is a Border Patrol revolver in 357. Here's another engraved Python. Boy, isn't that pretty. Wouldn't you love to have your hands on that one, guys? All the rest of these are Pythons in different lengths. Jeez. Just beautiful. I mean, you've got all kinds of stuff. Then let's go to the even older stuff. Of course, here's the beautiful Colt symbol, right? The horse rampant. I think the horse is supposed to have, it does have. It's got the spear in its mouth. You may not be able to see it again. It's really tough taking pictures here because of the lighting really sort of sucks. But, I mean, look at these. They got some beautiful old box revolvers. House model, a couple of new lines. All of these are new lines. This general area here. Oh, I love this. Pair of fives. They should have put the aces and eights in there, the Hickok hand. Would have made more sense. But here's some more new lines. Open top pocket. Boy, you don't see those around much. Beautiful, just beautiful. And above these, so this goes, I mean, look at the little tiny ones. Fourth model Derringers. These are actually Derringers. Look like they're single shot Derringers. Here's an interesting one. See how you twist it to open it instead of dropping it down, you actually rotate it out. That's pretty cool. It's a Colt third model, second type with English proof marks, according to what the thing says. Man, here's some more interesting Derringers. Look at the interesting style of opening that action where you swing the whole thing down. That is cool. So you've got one you turn parallel to the barrel. You've got another one where you rotate the entire barrel. They had a lot of different ideas for how to make this stuff. Very cool. Yeah, if you're a Colt aficionado, this is the place to be. Oh, here's the Colt Browning, 1895 potato digger. And what's really nice is they actually have the fabric mounted feed, and it's actually mounted on the gun. And what a beautiful thing there. Of course, then there's a Colt Vickers, the Colt version of the Vickers gun. I'm gonna step back. I don't like turning this sideways because it comes out all screwed up. There's a Colt Vickers gun. This is for mounting on aircraft. There's an example of it mounted on an aircraft. Pretty cool. Wow. Now here's some Bisleys. I mean, they really do have this whole wall of Colt is just phenomenal. And in addition to that, because they've got double actions, here's a Colt Berdan. I've never seen a Colt Berdan before. This rifle here. It's a Colt Berdan rifle. And here's a Colt Franklin Military, serial number 2. Oh my God. So that's probably one of the very first ones. Odd little loading arrangement on the top there. Huh. And of course here we have some double barrel shotguns, stuff like that. Just really, I mean, you know, it's only a corner of the room, but it's all of this stuff in this room is all Colts, except of course for a couple of the Gatling guns and stuff. That is pretty cool. Got a little homage to Sammy Colt here. That is pretty neat. But they're just all over the place. And of course, the Patent Arms Company was Colt's first company for mass production. They didn't last too long. And here's some Patent Arms. I mean, here's some pretty amazing stuff. Here's a rifle, you know, cylinder rifle with a cylinder. Number 1 rifle, number 41. 8-shot in 36 caliber. Pretty cool. It's got capping grooves and stuff. Obviously, it's a ball and musket. Isn't that cool? They've got a little thing here that shows how everything went together. Here's another one. Here's another 8-shot 36, model 36. All broken down in a case, right? There's the barrel, and of course you got a mold for the balls and all that. Wow, that's some old shit. So this actually looks like the way it, oh boy, look at the engraving on that. Isn't that something? I don't know who D.O. was, but that is beautiful. Of course, probably tear your face all to hell if you were when you shoot the damn thing. Wow, that's a lot of really old, beautiful, really old stuff. So yeah, if you like Colt guns, this definitely is a very fine collection of Colt guns. And I think that's enough for the filming. I'm gonna sit and now actually look at them, but you can see there's just guns and guns and guns. I'm doing a slow pan of this. This whole room is all Colt, and where I started at the wrong end, obviously, because I started at where the most modern guns are. But here's where you should have started. This is where his original patent guns were, and then all the way around. So just amazing. But plenty to see. I mean, it's so much to see. I can't even get it all in with the camera. Maybe step back into the center of the room here. Yeah, here we go. Take another slow pan. So here's the oldest stuff. And then it goes all the way around. But just absolutely beautiful. You know, if you're into Colt firearms, boy, this is a great place to be. You got to kind of hunt for this. It's downstairs. It's on the bottom floor of the museum. Great museum, like for kids and stuff. But I mean, just look at all this junk. Jesus. You got all that, all those, and then of course out here you've got the Gatling guns and the machine guns. So quite an incredible thing to see. You know, it's not very big, but it's really densely packed with lots of good stuff. Fantastic. I'll go around the other side of this. Look at the detailing on there. You have a presentation gun, obviously. And they're gorgeous.
Just want to track back a minute to a couple of the revolving rifles. So these are some incredibly rare guns. I mean, look at these, less than 10 produced. So this is the end of the firearms part, and now I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the general museum stuff, and then I'm going to end with some shots of the different wildlife on the preserve. Woolaroc was actually collected and founded by Frank Phillips, and that's the Phillips from actually Phillips Petroleum. And he is the reason that this museum came into being and that all this stuff is around. Now, in addition to him, the stuff that he collected, there's also stuff that his wife collected, and I'll be showing you some of that stuff as well. So one of the things that they have down here is a very extensive train set. It's actually a double track train set, and one of the neat things about it is the number of things in the number of parts of it that actually move besides the trains. So I'm going to do a quick walk around and show you some of the detail of the little environmental, you know, the hotels and all that other good junk, and then show you some of the stuff that actually moves besides the trains.
just to give you a taste of some of the stuff you'll see on the main level. It's very airy and open, so if there's lots of people, there's plenty of room for them to move around. But it just got a huge amount, and somebody obviously collected a lot of those cast figures. But this is just one small area of this museum. It's probably 4 or 5 times bigger than this. This is an excellent place to come if you're a family guy, and the family can split up, and the gun people can go see the guns, and the toy people can go see the toys, and the history buffs and Indian buffs can go see the history and the Indians. Just an amazing collection. Absolutely incredible. And on top of that, it's a wilderness preserve. There are all kinds of friggin' animals. On the way in here, I had to stop 2 or 3 times because animals were holding up the road. This facility is 2 miles away from the main road. You have to go through 2 miles of little skinny drives just to get in here. But it's a heck of a place. Got all kinds of stuff. They recommend 3 hours to see it, and all, you know, I'm showing you the low stuff, but up high you've got all kinds of beautiful mounts if you're into that. But just incredible staging of some of these things, just amazing. Unfortunately, I was pretty hungry, but unfortunately the beans aren't real. Can't win them all. Just stuff all over the place. Just amazing amounts of you know, really pretty castings and all that. Just phenomenal. Oh, look at that. Look at the action in that. Oh, you can almost feel the horse. Just amazing. Oh, beautiful. Now here's another room we're coming into. I mean, I won't show you the whole thing, but I mean, you could film this for days and days. This is just beautiful.
And now let's take a look at some of the critters that are running around in the preserve. We'll focus pretty much on just 2 areas.
So while you're driving, you got these little bitty roads you're driving on, and you never know what you're going to see. There's all kinds of stuff out here. They've got a herd of bison. Of course, there's also antelope and stuff. But I thought you would enjoy seeing some of those. Of course, they're not in very good focus. The camera's not doing real well. But just to give you a feel, and these guys, you know, they tell you don't get out of your car when you're doing this, because the bison, there's nothing between you and them. And there's actually a couple of little baby ones out there, calves, right? I guess they would still be called calves. So not only do you have this whole big group of bison that's hanging around by the road, but every once in a while you'll find the deer, and they just cross any place they feel like, because they cheat. They go in and use they go in and grab whatever feed has been put out for the other animals. So I thought that was pretty good. This guy doesn't apparently really like very much the idea of me staying here, so it's making him a little nervous. Which of course makes me a little nervous. But they've got all kinds of stuff. They've got a big pen of ostrich up here too. Here's some more deer waiting to cross the road very patiently, which I thought was pretty funny. So all those other cars came by, and here she comes across the road. And here's a couple more bison. I'm going to move the car because it's a rental. Though I suppose since it's a rental, I could just let them do whatever they want to it. But must be feeding time because everybody's coming in to this general area. Pretty cool. I have no idea what the hell that thing is. Got the weirdest looking antlers. But it's pretty cool. Anyway, because it's a wildlife preserve and it's huge. I mean, this place is monstrous. So, you know, great place to bring the family. You know, like I said, if you're interested in the guns and stuff, this is still a great place to bring the family. Not 100% positive, but these look like elk to me. They could be reindeer, but they look like elk to me. Another big herd. You know, right up here next to the road. I pulled off on the side here. Here's the actual road, but I pulled off on the side here because there's obviously an access road here to get in there to feed them. But like I said, lots of great wildlife floating around.
Well, I really hope you enjoyed seeing this little part of Woolaroc. It's way too big for anybody to show, even in this 30-minute video, but certainly worth the hour drive it was from our hotel in Tulsa. Really a marvelous place to be.